Did it say you were too old for the military? I think I'm getting there. It should be soon. I don't like this is one of those shit where like I get different answers from like every fucking person I talk to. Like some people tell me like, oh, it's 30. Some people tell me, oh, it's 35. Some people tell me your eyes are too fucking bad. They don't want you. I'm like, okay, which is it? I don't fucking know. Is there a chance that Bob goes to the military? No, it's because I was born a Korean citizen. I was born in Korea. I didn't come to America until I was 8. But my parents basically was like, oh, we need to get your U.S. citizenship, and then just forgot until I was 18. So like I didn't get my U.S. citizenship until I was 18, and because of that, in Korea, my grandparents had already received my military draft letter. Because by Korea's logistics over there, the government, I was still a Korean citizen, and AKA I would have to report in for a mandatory draft. And I'm like, bro, what? I've been living in this like limbo where like I technically still am in the system as like have to serve, but like it doesn't like proc unless I actually stay in Korea long enough to make it proc. So like the limit is like 30 days or some shit for me right now. But like after a certain age, like it technically should lighten up, but I don't know where that age is. Doesn't proc? Yeah, bro, it's like a fucking, you know, it's like that low percentage proc rate. I believe in most countries, max age for draft is about 30. Yeah, I'm feeling like I should be good because I'm 32. Like ain't no way they want a 32-year-old in the military at this time, you know? Apparently 28 is the oldest they take in Korea. You say that, but I know that's not true. So Flash, the StarCraft player, he recently just came back from military service after a year and a half, I believe. He was 31 when he went, or 32. They still take him, but mind you, he was a pro gamer, so he was delaying his draft. I don't know if that means the delayed age is the same as the max age. Go win Olympic gold medal and you can dodge the draft. So you and your dad are the only members of your family that don't save. No, that's not true. I am saving way better than my dad. Listen, half the mistakes of my dad is because he never listened to my fucking mom. My mom was telling his ass to fucking, we had like a decent home we were staying at for a while there. And she literally said, we should just, you know, put money down and get this house. And he was like, no. Like my mom tried to get his ass to buy a house like 3 times while we were growing up. And he just refused every single time. And then now look at our family, bro. If I wasn't a streamer, if my sister was not a doctor, I can tell you my parents would be on the streets. Like, unironically. Because my dad got laid off hella early. This, like, also lends credence to the fact that I swear to God, Asian parents do everything they do to their kids because it's their goddamn retirement plan. 401k? What's that? I have a kid. Like, that's literally what it is. Like, okay, brother. You know how I just said how my dad didn't even know about the allowance my mom was getting? Like, the second he found out about that, he reached out to me. It's the nicest messages I've ever seen from my dad. Like, sweet talking me for a little bit of a upping. But the upping was like double. I'm like, Dad, you're like 60, mid-60s. What the fuck would you need this kind of money for? I know your rent. I know all this. Like, there ain't no way in hell you need this kind of money a month. Like, hell no. No shot, brother. That was not happening under the sun. He was asking for more money than I pay for rent and utilities a month. He needs it to gamble. No, it's not that, bro. It's literally Asian parent ego. Or Asian ego. Because he has, like, these, juniors, right? That he aged with and used to work with and all these things. And because he wants to, like, take them out to, like, dinners and stuff and, like, treat them out for things and get drinks with them, right? And he wants to always be the one that buys and pays. And then, like, he takes them out to fucking billiards and pays for everything and buys. I'm like, motherfucker, you do not have the fucking status anymore to be doing this. Like, I get it when he was, like, a fucking manager at Hanwha. Sure, you are not a manager at Hanwha anymore. Brother, stop flexing your money that's not yours. It's literally not yours. This is why, as well, like, my dad has been unemployed for so long. He's had plenty of opportunities to get another job, right? Now, at this point, he's like a year or so off from pension, so, like, he might be chilling then. But, like, he's been unemployed for, like, the past, like, 4 years or some shit. 5 years. Like, he could have had a job for so long, but he basically has such an ego as to what he deserves as a job because he used to have a high-paying job. He just, like, won't accept anything lower. And it's like, sad reality is nobody in Korea is willing to hire a fucking old head. What is this? For Korean men overseas planning to, what? To return home after aging out of military, they may soon have to wait 5 more years. Parliamentary National Defense Committee approved a bill raising the maximum age for military service from 38 to 43 on April 14th, which is pending approval into legislation. Okay, but like, legitimately, why? I've said this multiple times. A standing army in this modern age really makes no sense. Do they genuinely think that having more men standing at the demilitarization zone is gonna stop North Korea from sending ICBMs? Brother, if you guys don't know, North Korea has mortars pointed at the capital of South Korea that will, the moment they shoot, will land on Seoul, South Korea, within 15 minutes. There is no amount of people you can have at the demilitarization zone. Bro, I don't think you guys understand the size of North and South Korea. Brother, that shit is smaller than fucking California. It's literally not even half of California, I'm pretty sure. It's literally 2 states next to each other. If they wanted to like nuke each other, there's no reaction time. It's done. It happened. And we know North Korea has nukes. What is adding more people to the DMZ zone gonna do? That's what I'm saying. This whole military thing is just a cultural thing. There's no actual purpose to it. It's the most pointless fucking shit, man. And also, listen, if a war actually happens on the in South Korea, do you really think the South Korean army is what's going to be doing the heavy lifting? Why do you think the US has such a strong presence, military presence there? It's gonna be the US. Let me just say this as well. Why do you think South Korean president, when he met Donald Trump, bro, was giga glaze maxing? My lord, I've never seen a fucking like another country's like president glaze Trump so hard. Bro, the brother was full blow a homieing. Like, he knew he needed to keep that fucking military alliance strong. Like, bro was going in on that. That's the only way to get Trump's attention. I mean, I don't know about that, but like, that just goes to show, like, I genuinely don't believe South Korea can fucking withstand, like, actually North Korea and China, like aggressing without the US. Like, not even close. I don't even think they could stand it, North Korea aggressing, to be honest. Because South Korea doesn't have nukes. North Korea does. So, like, if North Korea aggresses, South Korea can't do shit. How about stop mandatory drafting your men, taking over a year out of their life so that they go to college later, so that their relationships are shittier? By the way, maybe that might also affect your dog shit birth rate. Yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe all these things, and put more resources into other things that, you know, that actually build up your society. That makes no sense because Ukraine is surviving against Russia even though Russia has nukes. Well, listen, because a nuclear option is like the last fucking thing anybody would do. But here's the thing. As much as we want to be like, you know, Russia bad, I don't think Russia is nearly as possibly unhinged as North Korea can be. I don't think Putin is like fucking Kim Jong-un. Hear me out. Is this crazy to say? I think Kim Jong-un literally couldn't have a day where he's feeling a little too constipated.
Are trained in CBRN warfare. Since
exactly.
I
don't think Putin is unhinged like that. Though. Right? I don't think Putin's gonna do something like that. Whereas, like, Kim Jong-un literally can have a bad day, a little too much diarrhea. He feels like, you know, life's not really worth living anymore. He doesn't even get Steam connection. Gaben just cut him off from his Steam library. Like, China's fucking acting up. Xi Jinping won't give him fucking choco pie imports. Bro's getting pissed. He's like, you know what? Beep. Fucking shoots all the nukes at South Korea. Legitimately, that could happen at any time. And there have been multiple famines through North Korea's history. One bad famine hits North Korea, Kim's fucking done. He's just gonna press the button, man. I don't think Putin's like that at all. How are his family when they take over? Oh man, we don't even want to go into that, bro. You know, do you know what's gonna happen when Kim Jong-un passes? The fucking power struggle that will ensue between his direct family and his sister and possibly other generals. Like, oh my god, dude. Yes, his daughter is technically the one set up, but how much of a grasp does his sister have on the officials? What I'm saying is, I think North Korea as an entity is extremely fragile. Any which way something goes, something could happen. Something could explode. Very, very different from, like, Russia. I think it's very, very different from Russia. How do you know Putin wouldn't press a button if he knew it was over for him? I mean, I don't know that. But, like, I just think it's much more likely that Kim Jong-un would do it than Putin. You know? Fob, the geopolitician and historian? No, I'm not. Right? But I just don't fucking... Listen, you know, maybe it's just my South Koreanness coming out, but I just don't like Kim Jong-un, man. I just don't like the Kim family, bro. They're evil fucking people, bro. I'm not saying any other world leader isn't, but, like, North Korea's pretty fucked. You're on the list? Hey, wait a second. Hold up. I loved Kim in the movie. What was it? The interview or whatever the fuck? I loved... Hey, Kim Jong-un, I loved you in that movie. That's a good fucking movie. Post up, bro. I do wonder though. You know, I've always theorized this. Like, what do you think the other world powers are gonna do when Kim passes? And do you think the North Korean government is even gonna allow information to go out when Kim is sick? Because if you guys don't know, you know what happened when Mao Zedong passed? Did you know most of the world did not know Mao Zedong like was even in that state for a while? Like, it was like a clandestine thing hidden from most outside of like a certain tight-knit circle, and they were like basically setting up a conspiracy to like take control of the government once Mao was dead, right? And they were just literally just waiting. It might be something like that when Kim passes as well, where like they don't fucking let anybody in the world know. They don't let anybody even outside of a certain extent know. It's just like maybe his sister and his like direct family. And then the full power struggle already happens and then the world knows. Because like my logic is, if you were like the CIA or any type of other like, you know, intelligence operation, what if you could find out exactly when Kim is sick and on his deathbed and just wiggle in there, put in a little bit of seeds of rebellion. Oh, he might be dead already, bro. Well, no, you know, people joke about that, but there have been months and months where Kim just disappears and then just comes out of nowhere again. Power struggles don't happen if there is a well-defined plan of succession. I get that, but you have to even realize just with Kim himself, right? When Kim Jong-un came to power, right? If you guys don't know, he literally had his uncle killed. You never fucking know. You might think just because a very well-defined plan of secession is in place, there might still be some type of power struggle going on in the background. Yeah, he did he did kill his half-brother who was living in Macau, I believe, at the time. Or was it in the Philippines? I forget. Bro, but the way that one was executed was crazy. Y'all know about that, right? Like, he literally had, like, North Korean operatives basically had like some like women set up with like this like poison or some shit. I forget what it was, right? Yeah, fake prank show. Yeah, it was a prank show thing. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, was it Malaysia? I know it was in Southeast Asia. Yeah, it was somewhere in Southeast Asia. It's like, bro, like, shit was straight out of some fucking spy movie. Yeah, assassinated on February 13th, 2017 at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia using a VX nerve agent. 2 women smeared the deadly nerve agent on his face when they were tricked into believing they were participating in a harmless television prank. So, shit's fucking scary, bro. And if you guys don't know, North Korea has like a fucking network internationally of like restaurants, hostess bars, shit like that, where they're basically ran by North Koreans and the money is like then sent over to the regime. That shit is so crazy that the North Korean spies used 2 Indonesian women, told them it's a prank show, and said to go smear this on that man's face. And they just like signed the fuck up and then happened to kill Kim Jong-un's half-brother. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, that's like some plot out of a fucking James Bond movie or some shit. The woman who unknowingly killed him, they were promised they would go on a Japan trip after the prank they pulled. They're just weebs like us. No, bro. These goddamn North Koreans exploiting weebs. If moved to Korea after dodging draft, do you still have to pay American taxes? Yes, I would have to. Basically, so how it works is Twitch doesn't exist in Korea anymore, right? You can still watch it, you can still stream there, but as a financial entity, it doesn't exist anymore. So you physically cannot make money if you only have a Korean address. So you need to still have an American address, which means you still need to have to pay American taxes, stuff like that. So, yeah. Am I going to renounce my American citizenship? Nah. Man, what's the benefit of having a Korean citizenship, bro? I'm pretty sure America's passport is still one of the strongest out there, no? So I would get taxed in Korea, but the taxes probably wouldn't be that bad because I'm not really making money in Korea. Or I'm not making... I don't really know how that works. Like, if I'm technically making money in Korea, but the money is all being made to an American address. Right? I don't really know how that works. Shouldn't get taxed there since you report US address on W9 with Twitch? That's what I'm thinking. Right? Like, unless I was actually doing something in Korea to make money, right? I would just have to pay, like, some taxes just being, you know, a citizen or a person living there. But like, if you had kids in the future, which school country would you make them go? I would make them go to American schools. As much as people say American education shit, I think if you find the right school system, like school district and the right system, it's not bad. Why? Chat, you guys say this, but I went to a very good school system. Because of that, a lot of kids, pretty much everybody in my school district went to like very good schools. I've never taken them to Korean school, bro. You think, listen, you think American school system sucks? Brother, you want to know Korea's student suicide rate? Now, let me ask you, which one would you prefer? Your kid to be a little bit dumber, or your kid to be on, like, high suicide rate? I feel like there's a no-brainer. Like, the school structure there is just so fucking shit. The fucking social pressures are so shit. The amount of colleges that are available is so limited. And they only take a percentage of the top students. And if you don't make that percentage, your social ladder is limited for the rest of your life. Like, nah, that's a dog shit ass system, brother. School shootings or suicide? Okay, chat, you say that as if like every school in America has a school shooting. They are tragic events, but they still happen very rarely and should happen a lot less, you know? But like, it's not like it's happening everywhere. Rarely? Okay, I feel like you guys don't understand the word rarely. Do you think school shootings are like a commonality in America? Compared to the rest of the world, bro, okay, but that's not, sure, compared to the rest of the world, but I don't think it's common still in the word meaning of the word, right? School shooting rate is close to gacha rate. Okay. Why do they happen though in America? Because fucking guns are way too readily available. And a lot of places don't fucking actually do the due diligence and like actually check. And a lot of places don't do background checks properly. This fucking system is just fucking shit. Right? Do I have a gun? No, I don't own a gun. I think raising my kids in America versus Korea would have a higher chance of them being a better human being. That's not a he's done moment. It's just the reality of, I think, being raised in a homogenous society, right? It's all one people. And if you're being raised in Korea, you're surrounded by Koreans, it's all Koreans, right? Like, and this is why, like, Asia innately has a lot of racism, right? Because they're raised with just themselves, right? They don't get to see the diversity that, like, America and stuff has, right? And other parts of the world have. And because of that, because of a homogenous society, they're not as open-minded to things as they should be. Do you plan on getting a house in America then, since you plan to raise kids there? Yeah, I'd be down. Diversity is generally a good thing for kids to experience. Exactly. I've said this plenty of times, all right? Like, a lot of the fucking Koreans that I meet that grew up with just predominantly Korean friends and only stuck with Korean friends, even here in America, they're racist as fuck, bro. They are giga racist. They have insane stereotypes that they just believe in everything as well. Like I think if you're growing up in America, you should also try to have a diverse fucking friend group. If you have a friend group and you just have fucking Korean friends as a Korean, bro, you're gonna have like the worst takes. Does Lily want your kids to go to school in America or Korea? Oh, America. But she obviously is like still worried about America as well. But like she understands just like the culture in Korea is just really bad. It's just kids grow up in Korea, they just grow up very superficial, like extremely superficial. Like maybe I just like haven't heard it as much in the West, but like in Europe and America, I never hear kids fucking like straight out of high school getting payment plans so they could get luxury goods to fucking flex on Instagram, bro. Like obviously it probably happens in the West, but like in Korea specifically, it's like a fucking norm to like get a payment plan, get your Klarna plan so that you can fucking buy that fucking $15,000 Rolex watch so you can post on your Insta that you got it. That's like, okay, good job, bro. You're in debt as hell. You don't have a job. 90K per semester uni instead? Brother, what college are you going paying 90K per semester? George Washington University? GW is like one of the only universities I know that's paying 90K per semester, brother. I don't even think Harvard is 90K per semester, bro. Brother, Harvard is 40 to 50K. George Washington University is the only uni I know is 90K because I knew multiple friends who went there. Oh, never mind. Wow. Unless it's gone down. Oh, maybe it was more closer to 90K per year. Bro, I swear to God, I thought it was like way higher. Okay, still, if Harvard is 40 to 50K,
I recommend going to a community college is 90K per semester. University.
Community college is way easier to build up credits. Yeah, I always recommend people ignore your fucking parents, go to a community college, get like your 2 years worth, and then fucking transfer. Way easier, and you save so much money. If you got parents telling you you need to go to this fucking super top tier college from year 1 to year 4 or more, ask him this first. are you paying for it all? If your parents are not paying for it all, fuck them, bro. It's your fucking future. Listen, I 100% believe the people telling you which college to go to should be the ones paying for it. If your parents are trying to dictate what college you should be going to, they should be covering it all. Because, like, why are they telling you to go to this college that's gonna fucking put you, like, 200K in debt if they're not willing to pay for it? In my opinion, the school your child grows up into is what teaches him the culture of that country that sticks with him his entire life. America is quite diverse, so that helps. Being open-minded, as example, like maybe Japan turns you into a quiet kid. I just think homogenous societies are not great for kids to grow up in the modern society of just how globalized everything is and how connected everybody is. I think a homogenous society just creates people who are just very narrow-minded and not willing to like think outside of what their norms are. Which tends to just make them ignorant, which is like, ignorance is not a bad thing, right? But it can make you sound bad. Enlisted in the military and did my time. It was an eye-opening experience and they paid for college and housing. Oh yeah, no. So if you guys don't know, like, I think that's like one of the perks to the military here, at least in the US. I had a friend who I played video games with nonstop, right? It was an online friend. He had a friend who was an absolute bum. Dropped out of high school, was fucking like studying for his GEDs because his mom got sick of him fucking sitting at home all day playing games, right? He also was kind of gonna go down that path, but luckily he went to the army. Now with the army, he did his fucking shit and he got fucking college, all that shit set up. Now, he's literally working, I swear to God, with SpaceX now. Like, this guy was literally going to just, he was about to just be for the rest of his life a high school dropout who sits at his home fucking playing video games all day and rotting away. But then he went to the army and he got set up like for life. It's kind of crazy. You don't have to join combat jobs. You can just be a clerk and get, yeah, like he got set up, brother. It's crazy. How do y'all have such high tuitions per semester? Even the best uni in Switzerland is only $700 per semester. Oh, you want to know why? Because college is a fucking dog shit system. It's all a fucking system built off of idiots who think fucking names mean everything. Unfortunately, but that's also just how like society is built upon as well. Because for some reason, even though 2 degrees might actually make same degree from 2 different schools might still produce basically the same fucking employee. For some reason, employers deem certain colleges to be way better, right? Even though it's right about the fucking same result, you know? And because of that, name and recognition, it's like luxury brands. It's like, whoa, my God, I know I came out of this law school, but did you know I came out of Harvard? This one's like way more, so you should hire me instead. And they fall for it, and they do hire off of names and recognition. And so, like, a lot of these schools, their value isn't so much for the education. You're paying for the prestige that comes with the fact that you would have graduated from this school, which then carries through. So it works. I mean, yes, it works, but is it worth it? I guess is the better question for that like leg up on the next guy. I don't think it's worth it at all. I think the whole college system is a bunch of horse shit. This is why I push like community college so much and trade schools. I've had this discussion like 50 times. I think trade schools and community colleges are like just slept on insanely because everybody's been brainwashed by society to go for prestigious schools, which is like not worth a damn. You can go to a community college and then 2 years of credits and then transfer to the same fucking school that someone else did year 1 and 2 in. And then you just saved like $80,000. Meanwhile, that bum just paid fucking like how much more, you know? Yeah, chat, listen to a 35-year-old gotcha addict that dropped out of college. I did not drop out of college, motherfucker! And what do you mean? Who would you be listening to? Huh? The guy who went through the whole system? Or what, your parents? That, I don't know, aren't even gonna pay for your fucking tuition? Hey, I shouldn't say don't listen to your parents, but like, do your research. One of my biggest mistakes, I think, as an 18-year-old going towards college was that I kind of just shoved all the responsibilities of doing the research to my parents and didn't do my own research. You should really do your research of like what you want to do, what the costs are, what your plans are, like what everything's even going to look like in the future, right? That is the biggest thing. Don't just let the people in your life set the path for your life. You have to know what's going on in your own life, bro. I think for too long in my young days, I just fucking let people set up my path, and I just like believe, like I like, it's like this, bro. You want to know what my like you want to know what my childhood was? I fucking basically, my parents gave me a PoE 2 build and said, copy this, follow this build, and I was like, yes sir, and I followed it to the T. And then by like 22, I was like, this build fucking sucks. Yeah, listen, it was off meta. I didn't like the build, you know? Like, you don't want to do that, okay? When your parents could give you a build, great. Read through it, all that, but do a little bit more research yourself, okay? So that you're not suddenly going to be coming out of college or halfway through college and realize, I fucking hate this build. I don't want to do this. So you gotta make sure you're fucking doing your own actual due diligence. Which I know it's fucking annoying as fuck. You're a fucking high schooler. You want to go out. It's senior year. You want to party. You just got finished with your, you know, you got your acceptance letters, all that. You're like, whoa, let's go party. We're in college. Hell, fuck my parents. I'm away from the... Great. But nah, you should still take your time, you know? Do the research, so... I'm gonna pump the brakes. A little bit of planning is good, but planning too much can be counterproductive. Oh no, 100%. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying plan too much. I'm saying know what the plan is. Because like when I was young, I didn't really know what the plan was 3, 4, 5 steps down the road. I just looked at what the plan was immediately at the first step that was in front of my face. But like, I think you should be keen at, like, you should know and understand if you're going to this school, if you're going for this degree, what does this mean? What kind of internships am I gonna be looking at? And if that means, what kind of jobs am I gonna be looking at? What's the job market even looking like for that? You know, like, it's just like kind of understand where you're going. I know people who have literally gone into...
The plan is to adapt for the future job market.
Exactly. Like, I know people who literally got into fields thinking everybody says this field is banging right now. It's popping, tons of jobs. They fucking go through the school 3, 4 years later, find out there's not actually that many jobs left in this sector because everybody already had that idea years before you did and already had graduated and taken all those jobs. So it's like, wait a second, I don't have a job anymore. And I have to go to like 15 different interviews every fucking day. And none of them call me back. I left the first year because I noticed I was late as fuck for CS. Yeah, I had absolutely no plan going to college. I spent 2 years after graduating trying to figure my shit out. Bro, that was literally me. I literally went for civil fucking engineering. And I had to switch midway because I fucking didn't like civil engineering. And then I went to comp sci. And then once I graduated with comp sci, I fucking hated comp sci too. You know what the real answer is? I should have just gone to fucking art school. I should have just gone to art school. I should have said, fuck my parents, I'm going to art school. That's what I should have done, genuinely. And maybe I wouldn't have been successful, right? Maybe I wouldn't have. But here's the thing. I enjoyed art. Nothing about civil engineering or comp sci did I ever enjoy. Physics, math, coding, never enjoyed any of that shit. So like, why didn't I go for like at least what I enjoyed and attempted it? And worst case, right? It doesn't work out, I drop out, sure. And then I fucking have to like go through maybe a community college and then like try to transfer somewhere else to another degree. Listen, that's one of my biggest regrets, to not having pushed past my parents' like refusal and actually stuck with art school. Your parents were right, not gonna lie. Bro, I don't even think my art was that bad. Legitimately, if I actually got proper fucking tutoring, proper education, I think I could have done well, okay? Fuck you. Art school is a waste of money. With the modern age availability of things, I can agree to a certain extent. I think so many things are so easy to self-teach now. So I could see that, but like, I'm talking about like back when I was going to college. That's 2012, bro. Like back then, forums were still like the main thing, right? Twitter was like somewhat around. Facebook was still the biggest thing around then. Like, you know, like, there wasn't that much, okay? So, open MS Paint and paint me a story. Why didn't you return to arts then after leaving your parents' grasp? Because I discovered a thing called playing video games. Because my parents didn't really let me play video games much. And then once I was free from my parents, I was like, I can play more than an hour a day? Nobody's gonna stop me? And yeah, I played games all day. Bro, art school would have turned you into Hitler because art teachers in uni level have a high ego. I don't know about that, bro. Okay, I don't think art school is what made Hitler, bro. That's just like an extreme simplification of what Hitler is.